Say something about it.
I was doing the awards in 2014, applying for an award, and I just got the idea that I don't know much about butterflies, and what a wonderful way to educate people as they're enjoying this beautiful garden is to have something to look at to recognize the different butterflies. And I spoke with Ann and suggested the idea, and she actually got it rolling and did all the work with Dr. and Mrs. Parnell. So.
Thank you. And Dr. Parnell, Dr. James Parnell, did all the photographing and did all the design. And we certainly do appreciate it. Dr. Parnell, would you like to say why you chose some of the butterflies?
Well, all of these are butterflies that are common in eastern North Carolina, and really they're all butterflies that you might see in your garden. Some of them more common than others, but all of them do visit eastern North Carolina garden, and it would not be unexpected for folks out here to see all these in this garden during the summertime at some time. They're around, they're here, they're spectacular. These are some of the more spectacular of our local butterflies also. And I think you might find any one of these on this property at some time during the summer.
Good. And we certainly do thank you for your wonderful work. It looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Frances Parnell, she has something I'd like for her to say about the special butterfly that's on the signage. One year she said she'd like to meet with 3 chairs, and that was chair of the Garden for Wildlife, the chair of Conservation Committee, and the chair of Birds and Butterflies. Of course, I was the chair, so we went to lunch, and so she expressed that she thought it would be good to, I'll let her tell you about the butterfly. You tell her.
Okay. Actually, I had been a stint on the North Carolina board as chair of Birds and Butterflies, and that year there was a national initiative to have every state in the union identify a state butterfly symbol. And it was also the year of Hurricane Floyd. The board meeting for North Carolina was in Rocky Mount. Rocky Mount was underwater. The board meeting was canceled, and so there was never really a time for the North Carolina group to decide how North Carolina would respond. And so the president decided, that's the state president, that North Carolina would not participate. Well, to make a presentation to the board in Rocky Mount, as I was expecting to do, obviously I had to make some preparations and go prepared. So I had a folder with all the things I had worked up. And I don't throw things away. And so it went into the file, and there it stayed for years. And I was cleaning out the file cabinet, and I came across that folder, and I thought, gee, Take Care Garden Club could do this. And so that's when I said, all right, I have to run this idea past some people. And so that's when I chose the chairs of those Take Care Garden Club committees. We met at Henry's, we ate, and they got excited. So we knew that we would have to do research. And so Nancy helped me in our committee. We had lunch with her today. And Kathy Williams were going to head up the research. Ann was going to work with Take Care Garden Club members here and get them interested, and I would work with the North Carolina legislature, because that's how you get a state symbol established. So we left lunch that day, we all went out. That very afternoon I started getting all of this research information.
How long was that? So that was big butterfly.
Coming my way, and so we got busy. Contacted Becky Phillips, who was the president then, and she said, yes, go for it. And so we did. and had expected that it would take at least a couple of years to make this happen. But the members of Take Your Garden Club worked very diligently, and in less than a year we started the idea in September, and at the end, well, the 1st of June it was named the North Carolina State Butterfly Symbol. And why did we choose the Eastern Tiger Swallowtail? We wanted a butterfly that everybody would have an opportunity to see, and there were 4 of them that were good prospects, but the one most commonly seen was the Eastern Tiger. So, with consultation with the butterfly people across the state, that was what we suggested, and the legislature accepted it. And so that's how we ended up with a North Carolina State Butterfly Symbol. And now, I know a lot of you were new and were not here at the time we were working on this, but to those of you who were here and who helped, now put your hand up so that the newcomers can tell who you are. Now go ahead, fess up. Okay, see how many in this little group, how many people were involved in this. And if you multiply it by the membership of the whole club, you can see that a lot of people did work on it. And so we have enjoyed our butterfly symbol. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Francis.
And now I'd like to recognize Cindy Henry. She's the president of Cape Your Garden Club.
Thank you. Obviously, butterflies are very important to our club. And Francis didn't tell you part of the story. Early in May that year, one morning in a horrific thunderstorm, we boarded a van, about 10 of us. Cindy Godwin, I remember, was on that van. We weren't sure we were even going to get to Raleigh, but we did. And by the time we got to Raleigh to the state legislature, it had stopped raining, and we put on our hats. We all wore large hats, and the key was we took food. And we set up our tables in the lobby of the legislature, and those representatives did come and listen to us. They liked what we had to eat as well as while we were there. So we had a good time that day, and I think we did make a point, and we convinced some people to pass that legislation, which was done in June, I believe, that year. But as I said, butterflies are so important, and we are so proud of this garden and this signage, which is, I think, a first.
It is.
I think this is a first, and I think it's very unique, and hopefully we can replicate it. As many of you know, this committee, this wonderful committee, has done so much with butterflies in other places in the city, and I just appreciate all of your hard work in doing that and making this come to fruition. And it's just great to partner up with the Davis community and have all of this for the Davis community, as well as the visitors that I'm sure will see this as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Cindy. And now I'd like to recognize Julie Rader. She is Marketing Public Relations Administrator.
Thank you all for being here. Every time I drive into this campus, I see your work. Many of you don't know this if you're fairly new to the Garden Club, but the little children's playground area, we got a grant from a presentation of new perennials and annuals in that area. In the back of our facility, we have a gorgeous greenhouse that you helped fund and make into a beautiful place that our residents love to be. We have Bluebird boxes, and we're part of the Bluebird Trail. And last year, I wish you could have seen the number of our residents that come out every day and come through the garden to see what's new. And now they are going to be able to see these butterflies and do some identification. And I think we're going to probably get our therapy team to come out as well and say this is part of their therapy. Just seeing that beautiful swallowtail. Now, did you see any other butterflies here today? No. That one butterfly, while Mrs. Parnell was speaking, came right over. So I think that's an omen that we're going to be seeing many, many more. And I hope that you will be a constant visitor to see your work in progress. And if you have any beautiful plants you'd like to share, you can see we could use a few more. Jeff, I want to recognize you. Back in the back there is Jeff Weinkoff. Jeff is head of all of our facility services, and it's his team that keeps this campus as beautiful as it is. And we really are proud that we have a place that people like to come from, the community and walk their dogs, and we like to have a place where our residents can come out. Thank you for your beautification efforts. Thank you so much for being a part of our community for so many years. And Cheryl, thank you as our board member for being a part of this wonderful organization and making sure that we know about these opportunities. So we do hope that you will come back and visit, and if anyone would like to see what we've done in our campus right now, we have our new house open. There are no residents living in it, so it would be a perfect time for us to walk through and show you what our residents experience while they're here at the Davis community. It really is like home. Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Julie. Anyone else want to say anything or have a question? Well, how about if we all get together and have a little group picture?
In the sun?
Joe's looking for the sun. Dr. Parnell? Yeah. Maybe he can get right here.
I know, we gotta watch where we step, don't we? I'm just trying to be warm for us.
Well, here's a good sunspot.
Oh, okay.